Okay, our D out drill is basically a defensive drill to teach slides, recovery, kind of situational awareness on our defensive side to force them to communicate effectively and reinforce what our slides are doing, how we're communicating. So basically, we start the drill. The offensive players are allowed to pass around the outside. They're not allowed to shoot until we tell them to. But we'll call out a defender's number. And so it'll never be an on-ball defender. But so say we call out this defender's number out here. And when we call his number, he's got to sprint to a spot on the field, typically either the restraining line or toward the substitution box, right? Or even the restraining line here. But we'll set that up before the drill. But it's going to be a matter of distance. So say we say he's going to sub to the box, right? So he's got to sprint to the box. And as we're doing that, so we just created a 6-on-5. Our defense now has to recognize this, and we have to fall into our zone defense, man down zone defense, right? And so, say they pass the ball around and they pass the ball to the guy that he was defending. So now we need to see either this defender needs to be rotating down or this defender that had been covering the crease needs to be able to rotate out with a bump call from the backside defender. And we basically need to get set up into our man down zone defense. And we got to watch them communicate for that, right? So, and as this guy rotated down, we need to be rotating over. So whoever that next rotation is has got to recognize that and really kind of call it out and make sure that we're communicating effectively as they continue to work the ball around and looking for those shots. When we yell a fire call, they're allowed to take a shot whenever they want. So, and then we're going to have a recovery. Either the same defender is going to be running back in, or a different defender, we might substitute it, but he's going to be running back in. When he gets back in, he needs to be talking to his teammates. He needs to say, "I'm in," getting all the way back into the crease, into the heart of the defense, into our Hades area, yelling, "I'm in, all even." And at that point, we switch back to our man coverage, and everyone should mark up. And he should, when he gets in, we want him to have that concept of looking away from the ball. So if the ball was out here, the open man is probably going to be the one furthest from the ball. So his attention should be over in this direction, looking for one of these backside players that are open, just like he would on a slide and recovery drill. So this is a team kind of slide recovery, man down, rotate back into our even situations. We're really reinforcing those communication concepts in that defensive set while the offense is looking for those opportunities. Now, the other thing we'll do is we'll have an extra offensive player sitting out here, and when we yell fire, we'll rotate him in. So it'll be a 7-on-7v6, creating chaos, and watch the defense try to have to recover that. And they basically better be playing their man. Their zone defense at that point. When we yell fire, they should rotate into a zone and try to lock everything off and cover everything, cover all adjacent passes, and the defense the offense gets to have a little creative chaos on the field and look for those scoring opportunities. So, but it'll be a short run and not a lot of runs, not maybe a minute to 2 minutes, but and then we'll rotate defense out. But this is, again, slide recovery, communication, and emphasize that off-ball defender needs to be showing up and emphasizing the concept of everyone on our defense is here to help, right? We want to prevent those one-man shows where one guy can beat people and everyone's just watching. This forces our defense to have to be aware, have to show up off ball, have to rotate into it, and cover more men than just the guy that they were covering on the field. So it's a great drill. We need to get it back in there. And we can start with it at a Cerberus. So in our 4v3 drills, we can start with it there, build a foundation, go into our 6v5 drill, and then bring it into this 6v5 setting. So we can build it up 5v4, 4v3, 5v4, 6v5 into the 6-on-6. So hope that explains it, and you'll see it more on the field. So it'll make more sense when you guys see it running.